Welcome back to Realm Stream. For reasons that are currently unknown, I'm currently in a call with Ivory and Butler, but both of them are muted and deafened. Like, it's not me. It's not the server. It's definitely both of them have done it to themselves, and I have no idea why. Like, hold on. If you look here, they're both deafened, and I have no idea why. Like, I'll even leave call and come back, and they're still deafened. I've tried texting. Oh! Just as I'm making a thing out of it, you come back.
Hmm?
Are you back, mein Freund?
For now, I heard someone leave and then come back. I assumed that was a signal that someone had returned.
I've been here the whole time. I walked away for 2 minutes.
I had deafen on. I didn't know who was here.
I even messaged you on Steam, you piece of shit. Jesus Christ, I'm
I
streaming
don't look
now.
at my Steam messages.
They pop up in the middle of your game. How can you not see them?
They didn't.
Okay, whatever. Okay, time for the daily ritual checking the news. Dad tries to teach son how to drive. South Australian father killed after 17-year-old learner flips the car. That's just tragic irony. The missing persons case, yeah, whatever. Minister tears into uni for acting politically incorrect degree. What? Oh, this one. Benedict Cumberbatch fights off a gang. That was an actual thing that happened. We'll bring up the article. Benedict Cumberbatch got into a fight. Just around the corner from Baker Street. In the UK.
He fought off a gang.
There was only like 4 of them. And they were like assaulting
Either
someone.
way.
He was... just the story off the top of my head, he was taking an Uber with his wife to go around the sea somewhere, right? And, like, as they were stopped, he looked out the window and there was this cyclist being bashed by these 4 guys. So he jumped out of the fucking car and just started wailing on him.
This is why I like actors like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, because they're just fucking good people. Vogue Arabia's cover issue causes massive debate. Okay. New South Wales government makes big decision on cost of parking fines. Good for them. One saved for a... Oh, I read this one like 3 or 4 times. I couldn't understand it. One saved for a home deposit while paying $300 rent. The other is among the stay-at-home adults costing parents $235 million a week. Like, that's... If you sit there and you're like political, yeah, it makes sense. But to anyone who's just reading that sentence, this last part, right, is like, which one of these people is costing the government $235 million a week? What? Just... It's just one of those stupid clickbait things. US man calls police on dad over missing Lego. It's just a family dispute case. The police got off literally killing grandmother. How just got a tissue led to the Golden State Killer arrest. Hey. Oh. Oh no. UFC fighter knocks himself out in a spectacular fashion.
What?
Don't send me to racist Australia. Not gonna lie, the level of racism in Australia, like the passive racism is or like joke racism is, it's there.
Yeah.
It's nothing like in the US.
Not much we can do about it.
Nothing like in the US. Of course, we have our radicals. Not gonna deny. You'll hear about people going on rants and tirades all the time, but
Oh yeah.
you know, refusal of service, like forcing people into... Oh yeah, that shit like in the US doesn't happen here. Or nowhere near as to the extent. Probably because we have like, what, 1/15th the population. But that was, yeah, it happens.
Either way,
but against Indian, against
we do have our types of racism, and it is there.
The people who are usually picked on, for racism are those of Middle Eastern descent and those of Chinese, Japanese, or Korean descent, like those with those sort of appearance are usually the ones being picked on. So, I'm not being racist myself here. It's just pure opinion.
Yeah.
Indians aren't really picked on, or maybe I'm biased because I'm Indian and I'm large and intimidating, and no one really.
Oddly enough, my stepfather Craig, I believe I've told you multiple times about his racist jokes.
No, you haven't. It's first
Well,
for me.
he works. At one point, he worked with a variety of different races, and he'd come back home at dinner and make jokes about their accents.
Accents are accents.
It's not terrible. It's just I didn't feel quite comfortable when he did it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. If you're not comfortable with it, then fair enough. It's probably racism. You Malay, get there. I don't think what you call it, demeaning someone for their appearance and things they can't control makes no sense. Demeaning someone for their actions makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
For demeaning someone being part in an active... for their active involvement in something that is the opposite of beneficial for everyone. Trump supporters.
Yes.
Just...
Yes.
those who believe the collective world's attempts at communism so far were a good thing. White supremacists. Things like this. I know there are things that are just negative in general. Or those who have been faced with facts and still refuse to accept them, i.e. flat earthers. Aliens, conspiracy theorists.
I think at least maybe a quarter of the flat earthers are just doing it as a joke.
The moon landing was faked. People who believe that sort of stuff. But after being faced with so much evidence in the contrary, real world physical evidence being faced with the contrary, they still believe this shit. That's what gets me. These events all reset on the 6th of June. But yes, now that I've gone off on my rant,
Right? It sounded more of just facts.
Quick facts. Am I a mean person? Yes. Have I ever claimed to be anything else? No. Sky, I'll be a satellite to guide you home.
I've been told I'm a good person.
You are not
Who
alone.
that is.
You're a freaking adorable little plushy person.
I'm not adorable.
Au contraire, my friend. You are plushy size. I pick you up.
I'm only plushy sized it. You know what? I was going to say something there, then I thought better of it because.
So you admit you're plushy sized.
I'm not plushy sized, but I'm not average size either. So
For those of you with no context to this, I am quite literally a foot and a bit taller than my friend here. And compared to me, he looks half my size.
I am 5'2".
I am 6'2", almost 6'3".
Funnily enough, I'm almost 5'3". So I believe we're going to be at this height for quite a while. Oh, and it doesn't help that I'm also far, far thinner than you are.
Oi.
I'm joking.
Oi.
Well, that was
I have
part
a
of it.
big build. I can't control this.
That was not my
I do eat
intention.
too much too. But I ain't that
was
overweight.
that was not my intention. I was talking about more of my thin waists and barely any muscle on my arms and legs.
Oh, hold on. You've met my dad, haven't you?
I met your dad, yeah.
Okay. Looking at him, because we have the same body type, and like I have his genetics and everything. Looking at
Yeah.
him, would you say that I am overweight?
Looking at him, I'd say yes. But I should paraphrase that my form of overweightness is on a scale that I learned from a comedian. Do you know Gabriel Iglesias?
No, I don't.
He is he's Mexican, although he prefers to be called an American comedian because that's what he is.
Yeah.
He was born in America. But he has a scale.
Mhm.
His stage name is called Fluffy because he is quite of an overweight man himself. But he has a scale that is healthy, husky, fluffy, damn, and oh hell no.
Well, literally, as long as I've been alive, you know those big blow-up beach balls?
Mhm.
My father's stomach is the size of one of those. I shit you
Yeesh.
not.
On the Gabriel
that's-
Iglesias scale, that is a dame.
Yeah. That's, like... I am nowhere near that. You know those,
I'd say you're
cupcake...
husky. I'd
You
say
know-
you're either husky or healthy.
You know those baking trays that people, you pour, like, cupcakes into?
Yeah.
For me, it looks like I have one of those strapped to my stomach, under my shirt. Like, that's like the general, like, extra depth.
I don't have anything to respond to that.
Because you know I'm right.
Well, it wasn't to argue against you, it's just I didn't have a rebuttal of any sort. Still, I'd say you're husky.
Woof.
Not the dog. Although if it was Chihuahua.
Sorry, an explosion went off behind me. And then one hit me. Ouchies. But I one-shotted a guy, so, you know, lifted my spirits a little bit. That's a T-28. Can you poke your head out there, please? Like this guy in front of me, I want him to poke his head out first so I don't get shot.
Yeah. Although if we were dogs, I feel like I'd be a Chihuahua.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Don't get in my way, buddy. Don't get in my way. Son of a...
okay there, mate?
I killed a teammate because my gun is too inaccurate. Like, he should... I don't know why he was sitting there in the first place, but you know.
Sorry, but that sounds like something I would have in a D&D session. I attack the enemy, roll a 1, you attack your teammate.
Fucking... I had, like, a 75% chance to shoot the enemy and a 25% chance to hit him. But, you know my luck.
Is my luck any better, though?
You got me as a friend. I don't know
This is true. Hello, Desert.
Hey Daz, I'm playing tanks and streaming. You wanna come on?
I would love to, but there is a number of reasons why I won't.
Why?
Start off with, I'm on my laptop, if you hadn't guessed.
Ivory isn't using a computer, she's muted and deafened.
Actually, they are using it. They're doing lots of shenanigans with Skyrim mods.
Then why the hell are they... Oh,
Like-
whatever.
Because they forgot to leave. Anyway. And the second reason they're doing Skyrim mods, so they're downloading Skyrim mods. Dan is downloading Ark Survival Evolved.
Okay, I'm following.
My MS Strat now is 90. And you know that it normally sits at like 10 or 9. Maleic.
Gotta be honest, when I killed my friendly just now, I think that's the third friendly I've killed in this tank. In just as many days. That was a big explosion. Find that SPG. You know what? I may just do this. We know he's up there. I might as well farm loser points.
By the way, Alex, I discovered something amazing, which I'll send you a link to.
I suppose we'll see what this is.
Oh, they found him, and I'm not going to live long enough to get even to 30%. Or am I? Hey! I came out of that game with 2 kills minus 1 because I killed a friend. Oops!
Lord.
It wasn't my intention. The idiot, right? There were 2 of us on that ridge. He knew the 2 of us were behind him. Right? But he sat between us and the enemy. He's a fast little light tank, right? He could have moved in less than a second, but he sat there. Like, he sat still, having a 1v1 battle with him, which was just stupid. He would have done better moving, right, and doing a turn battle with him, and letting us be able to shoot at him as well.
Holy shit, this... this is actually pretty good.
I know, right? I want it so bad.
Is this a Steam game?
Yep.
I'm putting this on my wish list.
It's $6.40 US right now.
I don't have that though.
Me neither.
Let's see here. What map am I on?
But-
Oh, this map.
But
I'm going to
yeah.
put this on my wish list immediately though.
Yep. So Yeah, Alex, if you happen to get this and I also get this, do you want to play it with me?
Of course,
what-
D&D.
Wait, what? There's a D&D fucking
Steam game.
I'm
Yep.
interested.
I'll send you the link as well then.
You know I can't buy it.
I know, but you can
Weird.
throw it on. You can throw it on a wish list.
Motherfucker, who's gonna buy shit off my wish list? Did this
I've been there,
Matilda-
done that a few times.
I have been considering it if I have the money to.
buying shit off my wish list?
Ew, yeah.
The only thing you'd buy off my fucking wish list is Uno. I'm serious. Like, none of you would... Not that you should in the first place, but none of you would buy shit for me. And I don't expect you to.
Remember those various times I
Money
bought you a
would
shit
usually
ton of
be for a
gems?
birthday or something like that. And I
Yeah,
don't-
which I have paid you back for, you piece of crap.
True. Let's see, what's on your wish list? Actually, you've only got 3 things on your wish list.
Yeah, because I don't want much.
What?
You know what is on my wish list?
That's
A
true.
better computer.
Oh yeah.
That I
Buy me
don't
one
know.
of those and you'll actually receive eternal, like, a faithful follower forever.
By the way, so this D&D Steam game, right?
Yeah.
Its system requirements are so low that I could run it on the old school computers.
What?
Damn, man.
So you could literally play this game on any
Crap top.
you own.
And as an SPG, I must once again question, why do houses exist?
More
Why?
accurately, why can't you blow up house?
Why so building?
And that the first thing I thought of when you said house was Hogwarts.
You're a filthy fandom person.
Yes, yes I am.
Yeah, I only discovered this D&D thing purely because it was sitting there on my featured page for the store.
Really.
Yep. There's also one of them which is free to play, but
You know what I just realized? The Matilda's been sitting back here at the back of the map instead of going to the town. And this
Oh, wow,
peasy-
actually, no,
that's
there's
amazing. You stumbled
great-
onto this game without even. That's just cool.
well, I never thought I'd ever see it on Steam, ever.
Well, apparently it is.
I can't hit anything.
Should we share this with the stream people? I feel like someone might be interested in it if they are into D&D.
Sure, let's see. There is... Give me a moment. Wow, all 3 of my silent viewers are watching. Seriously, who the hell are these people? Why are they so quiet?
Some just like. You
Well,
won't
this is a
get
lost
many
game, and I
active-
haven't hit a single bullet on someone.
get many active people until you get a much following, basically.
D&D Online. Wow, that's an old game. 6 years.
6 years? Really? Are you talking about Borderlands all of a sudden? Because that game's also 6 years old.
Yeah, but this thing has really shit graphics.
You know what we should totally play? Dawn of War. Fucking install it.
Nah.
Bish, you bought it and everything.
Yep.
The thing that I find funniest is just the momentary silence. Then, nah.
Okay, so that
Yes.
particular D&D thing that I sent you, Alex,
Hmm?
it you can get all of it plus all of its DLC for 15 US.
I'm gonna cry!
You okay there?
I couldn't shoot anything, and then my team collapsed, and then I died without hitting anything, and end me!
Okay, Aki.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Hate to say this to a hardcore gamer, but it's just a game.
I will stab you!
Why I said I'd hate to say it.
Ugh. God damn it! I want these D&D things so bad.
I do too.
What D&D things? Oh, that
Thing
the
just
thing.
sent.
Yeah.
Or at least that's I'm assuming what he's saying.
Yeah, I reckon Tomb of Annihilation is probably the best one out there so far. Because it's also the newest.
If I get this game, it'd be the first time I played anything resembling D&D.
Oh, same. You know what I've been really hyped for lately? Hyperdimension Neptunia. I've been playing after I get off stream. When I'm hella tired and shit.
I don't believe I know that game.
Hyperdimension Neptunia, it's an RPG. And it's hella nice, because it's anime themed. And it's like, it's a, like the entire game is a collection of a bunch of references to, the gaming industry. Which is funny, because the planet, the world that the game is set in is called Game Industry. It's got like these 4 separate lands that are each based off fucking a console.
Oh lord.
Oh, it's
Please
a
tell
game
me
about
that
waifus. It's a game about making consoles into waifus. It's also an RPG and really fun.
Please tell me that 2 of them are at war.
All 4 of them are at war with each other.
Well.
And here's the thing: it's like the 4 CPUs, right? They're like gods, right? They're gods to the people of their land, right? And they're all like in heaven, and the 4 of them have been battling each other for centuries in a great war called the Console War.
Oh, that's amazing.
Get it? Because each of the 4 waifus is based off of fucking
That's actually really cool.
Like what you call it?
Well, the question becomes, would I be able to tell which is which?
Yeah, 3 of them you'd be able to tell really easy. The 4th one is really obscure, which is ironically the main character.
Well, I guess it's better to play the obscure ones instead of the big boys. Or girls, this may be.
I don't think you
You
can.
know, okay, you know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to open up one of the Discord chats I haven't looked at in a while. Click on the Infinity Wars server.
What is that lag? Maybe he penned me in my gun mantle. What is my lag? Holy crap, I pressed zoom like 2 seconds ago. I think even if I don't want to, I may have to start playing on the Australian server. This lag is getting out of hand.
Completely honest, wouldn't the Australian server be the most sensible for us anyway?
Yeah, but the problem is it's got like 1/10 of the players and it'd take a few minutes to get in the game.
Hmm. What are you laughing at?
You're right there, Mike.
So, there's another off-topic conversation been added called free games. and someone was like, I stumbled onto a pretty decent looking free game. Then they put the link to Infinity Wars.
Oh, hold on. Wait. In what Discord channel?
In the Infinity Wars Discord channel.
Oh my soul! Like, hey guys, I found this really cool free game. Promotes the game in said game's official Discord. Ooh, that's priceless. Although, said, those of you who are watching this in the past, present, or future, I don't know how you'd be watching this in the past, but time travel is probably a thing in the future, so I should probably just say those who are watching it in the present and future, or in the past if you're using time travel, play Infinity Wars. It's a dying game, but it needs more people. It also needs the devs to pick up their shit and, put effort into it. I have been in queue for a minute already.
I would play Infinity War, but I just don't have the brain for it.
What you mean? You don't even need a brain for it. Half the shit is automatic.
It really is.
Not as strategist like you two are.
Your point?
Fight me in Land of Cards. I will defeat you with my army of robots. Actually, why wouldn't you want to play it, Butler? There's an entire faction of furries.
Swear to God.
I'm not wrong, though! Like, the Warpath are all just furries. All of them. Every single one of them.
Swear to God.
You know the best part, right? The Warpath Elada is like... If you, look in the lore, the Warpath Elada is like the waifu of the Warpath, but she's the only human among them. So apparently it's... Everyone's attracted to... Furries are attracted to humans and humans are attracted to furries. That's sure to make some weird crossbreeds, but I ain't one to judge.
I was about to say, wouldn't the furries be the crossbreeds?
No, because in their world, they are the original species. Elada was just thrown there. She's the only human. So technically, they are their own thing. Humans never existed in their world.
Alright then.
Because it's a game all about, different dimensions and shit. And in their dimension, on their world, they're the only species.
God damn it.
See, I'd love to watch a series on that, or maybe a webcomic, read a webcomic on that. But as a game, I don't believe I would be able to play it, or at least not decently.
I can give you lore on it. I can sit here and explain it to you now if you want.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm focusing on other things.
Oh. You actually, test my mental capacity because I'm playing tanks and explaining that shit at the same time.
It's actually so good, though.
Yeah, lore is something else.
I would assume, since it's just from what you explained a little there, it sounds awesome.
In the start of it, the lore's like something out of a fucking Shakespeare commercial, right? This guy was trying to make himself immortal, right? Himself and his lover immortal, Elada. And he succeeded in making her immortal, but in the process ripped the universe into a billion different dimensions. It's called the Great Calamity, and it was quite literally caused because of a labor of love.
Awesome. But now I assume the game is these factions of different dimensions going to war with each other, correct?
Kind of. It's a card game, so there's different factions of cards that you can play, and they've each got their thing.
Yeah.
The game itself has very little to do with the actual lore. It just kind of explains, the cards that you get, and why there's different forms of each other and stuff.
See, that all the more just gives me a reason to want to have like a webcomic or series of the lore if the game has so little to do with it.
Hello there.
Enemy armor is ready to fire. Penetration. Enemy is hit.
Yep, that's pretty much what I get, what I deserve and everything. Okay. Leave that game. You know, Matilda in a tier 6 game didn't really stand a chance anyway. And I pushed too far around, and, you know, that was never going to end well. Whew. Anyways. Whew. Yeah.
Trying to.
And, like, the only constant in all the dimensions that were ripped into each other is Elata. And in every dimension, she's immortal. And then shit starts happening where, the dimensions start opening up to each other. And that's what causes, you know, the game Infinity War. There.
That's just actually pretty cool.
And
I
then,
could probably pull up a link to it, actually.
and then there's like a... The thing is, there isn't like a version of Elata for every faction, but there is a version of Elata for every world.
Ah, so it's
Because, you know, there are multiple... Sometimes there are
Elata.
multiple factions share a world.
hmm.
The Exiles, the Varor, and the... Descendants of Dragons all share a world.
Flame Dawn and Genesis.
Genesis and Flame Dawn share a world.
And technically speaking, they're factionless as well.
Yeah, the factionless are on every planet. The Warpath have their own unique world. They're all alone.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing?
Avarok have their own one.
Yes, the Avarok had their own world and started spilling over into the others. Avarok are like zombies. It was created by a technological virus that was woken up by this idiot Genesis person.
Hmm.
What else are we forgetting? I think that's it.
Oh, that was a Hellcat from behind. Oh, that sucks. At least I killed someone. 1 for 1.
Because the only other realms are Torment and
Yeah, which is Hell,
Solos.
and then Solos, which is Heaven. Which account for... We don't have a faction for, like, the Underworld Hell yet, but we do have the Overseers, which are, like, which are angels. Literally angels.
they don't have an Elata because they were actually an entirely separate dimension already.
Yep.
This all sounds pretty interesting, but if it has so little to do with the game, I'd like a series on it.
There
Oh,
isn't,
yeah.
and there isn't really any comics on it. One of the veterans in the community, one of the greats, actually made a living for a little while off a fanfiction. He actually wrote a novel based on the IW universe. He actually made quite a decent amount of money off of it. He still does lore stuff a lot, and apparently he was working on a second novel when the collapse of the IW community started to happen. He just couldn't finish it, because, you know, he started spending all his time trying to bring the community back together. What the hell is a KVT? It's a KV. Oh, it's a KV1. I'm an idiot.
Here's a dank link to the IW lore goodness.
Thank you, but don't ever refer to it as Dank Link next time, please.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you prefer a me
Not a
malicious
memester
link?
like you two are.
That's right, because there are memesters and then there are those who are wrong.
Those who just don't enjoy
The world
many-
literally runs on memes these days. Like, I'm not even kidding. The world runs on memes.
How am I around? I've only found one meme that I enjoyed, and apparently the meme community didn't enjoy it anyway, so...
Like, literally, the media is absorbing memes, so, quite literally, memes run the world. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say, like, i.e., like, the most powerful head of state in the world is the President of the United States. And the President of the United States is
Yeah,
the most
I know.
memed things on the planet. So, it's not even a point of denial anymore, it's just fact. Memes run the world. Like, Trump seriously tweets out responses to individual memes. Like...
I don't mind memes, don't get me wrong, stream, if you hate me for that. But, out of every meme I've found, I've enjoyed the really old ones, and the one recent one. And apparently the one recent one that I do enjoy was not a big favorite of the meme community.
And that
Oh, yeah,
was...
Goobus, actually, Alita was there before the Warpath were there.
Really? She's been around that long?
Yeah, because, the Untamed World that the Warpath is in was the original base plane for, the old world, where the Calamity happened.
Oh.
So that's the original place. All the humans that were there were wiped out except for Alita.
And then she raised... That's right, she's the one who raised nature up to that level of intelligence that made them human.
Or human-esque, yeah.
Wait, is the term.
Penetration.
Why am I telling you this? I don't... don't worry about it.
Ricochet. We didn't even scratch them. Penetration.
I need to be aiming for the flat front of his head.
We've lost a track. We didn't even scratch them.
Come on, come on, come on!
Enemy armor is damaged.
Damn it!
We're done for. Everyone get out.
Whatever. At least I did things.
It helped.
I helped a little bit. That's what I get for having a shit-ass gun.
Hey, I'll tell you a funny thing, Goobus.
What?
People who think Varian is good.
Everyone... Oh yeah! You sent like... Jason sent like the original art. Can you send the alternate art, which is probably better, to...
What are we talking about? I didn't notice.
In the lobby of Discord, Jason sent the original art of the card, the Calamity,
Ah.
which is like the first thing canonically in the IW universe.
Yeah.
There is an alternate art of the card, and Jason, you should Google it and find it.
This is actually pretty cool. I like the art style.
There's actually lots of different art styles because the cards were actually made by several different people.
That's a good way to bring the community in and not have to spend money on designers. For
Oh
fun.
no, like, they're not made by people in the community, they're made, like, by actual artists that the company does hire. Thing is, it's not like they've hired any in 3 bloody years, because they haven't made any new cards in that long. See, there we go, there's the alt art.
That's really nice too, yeah. Although, with the man being obscured, I feel like that if they are going to continue the lore at all, which seems doubtful at this point, that might be a big plot point if it hasn't already.
What will be a big plot point?
The man in the drapes, the one that's covered.
He died in the Calamity.
Yep.
Alright then.
Like, maybe his identity will be revealed in the future, but... eh. Did I like to mention the angels are assholes and only showed up after one of the prophets of the warpath killed herself, literally?
Funny thing is, if you truly look at it, angels are dicks in most places.
Oh no, but like they came down and they literally oppressed the people of every one of the dimensions to get things back in order. They basically became the kings of every world.
By the way, this is still my favorite art.
Dead. We're shooting blind. One of our tracks is damaged.
Remind me what one's your favorite again, Goobers?
Lost Sleeper.
Oh yeah, cards that are sad. Patient 0.
Why is that card sad again?
Because fucking it's Patient 0, the guy who tried to make himself immortal so he could be with the leader for all time.
Oh yeah! There was a second guy who tried to make immortality. It didn't go well. It resulted in the zombie plague.
I assumed. With a name like Patient Zero. That is really cool.
I am trapped.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Let's see, what else is there?
I wonder if any more people will come around that corner.
Oh yeah, fucking Justin.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
Okay. On the World of the Sleepers, after the Sleepers like took over everything and infected everyone on the planet, all the Sleepers collectively went into this super hibernation, right? Into this super hibernation. Right, but when the Genesis, when one of the other factions came to the world and a scout was sent forward, right, to scout the area, one of them, a scout named Justin, found a city of the zombies and he fucking pricked his finger. He pricked his finger on a nail or something and it fell into the streets that were still filled with the dead.
Oh no.
Oh, it gets worse.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, and it woke up all the sleepers. Every single one of them, collectively.
He didn't make it.
He was the first victim of the sleepers in the New Age.
I'm pretty sure they didn't even turn him, did they? They just tore him apart.
Yeah, they didn't turn him. They tore him to pieces. Because they were all desperately trying to eat his blood.
Fucking Justin.
Fucking Justin. Like, his actions indirectly killed thousands. Actually, millions. Indirectly killed millions.
Considering how, as a byproduct, the Angels of Solace essentially fucking angel nuked the Untamed World.
Yeah, well, it was only after Karani killed herself to summon them.
Yeah. But still, it was to get rid of the sleepers.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Well, yeah, if you wanted to think of another interesting character, or two more interesting character points, is when the Elitas meet themselves.
Yes, some of the
Yeah,
Elitas have met themselves, met each other. What you call it? The Sleepers
Genesis
one
one.
and the Genesis one met each other.
You have to feel so bad for the Sleepers one, though.
Yeah, she was infected by the sleepers virus, which is basically it's a bunch of nanobots that basically replace the biological parts of your body with machinery. Like from the inside out. It slowly replaces your cells with machinery.
There is no anesthetic.
And then hijacks your brain to make you want to spread the nanobots to other people, making you a zombie. Like they were aggressively trying to they were so aggressively trying to improve the human race that they, created the zombie apocalypse. The thing is, right, one of the Eladas got infected with the sleepers virus, but because she's immortal and has, like, literal immortality and super regeneration, right, it never completely turned her, so whatever the nanobots would replace would just regenerate. So she was literally perpetually being torn apart from the inside out.
Ugh.
All the Eladas have a various title. The Avarok one is known as Elada, the Immortal Sufferer.
Fitting title.
Time to roll out.
I'll actually pull up all the various titles.
I
Actually,
have a gold one of her, don't
yeah, I gave you one.
I? And you have a gold one too, because you went 2. That's why you gave me one.
Yep. So I'm just gonna pull them
I
all
know
up.
the novel will never be finished, but where can I find it?
On the official... Oh, I wouldn't know. I'd have to go looking for it for you. But you couldn't even read the novel because it's from the perspective of a Genesis officer, so you'd have to read all the lore first. Or at least the lore of Part 1 before Oppression drops.
Okay.
Because currently there's 2 parts of the lore, which is like before and after the Overseers shown up. The novel was made after Part 1 finished. Then, Kurani, like, the sleepers started getting out of hand. Kurani killed herself and,
Yeah.
summoned the people. We're alone up here. Shit.
Okay, I'm also going to send them in a particular order, which is interesting.
Oh, yes, because there are double-ups of certain Eladas. Like, the Immortal Tinkerer became the Immortal Searcher.
Yep.
There's the Immortal Sufferer who is...
Because one of the scouts reported seeing an Elada in the infected world, so the Tinkerer actually went looking for herself. Literally.
Oh. So I'm assuming the Immortal Tinkerer was looking for the Immortal Sufferer.
Correct. And brought her back, and she actually managed... The Immortal Tinkerer, because she's, been alive for so long, she actually managed to cure the Immortal Sufferer, and, we haven't... After hearing that, we haven't seen her since.
But there is card art for the cured Immortal Sufferer.
Is there?
Yeah. The Reborn card has her cured.
The Reborn... Show me.
Sure, hang on. I'm also pulling up a couple other things.
The Immortal Caretaker. Is
Yeah.
this the one with,
That's the Warpath one. The one that
Yeah,
made the
the-
furries.
She's also, technically speaking, the original Elita.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, okay. And I noticed that the Elitas don't all look the same, so...
Different artists, different divergent timelines.
And then there's just this fucked up thing.
Oh my god.
The Immortal Survivor.
Wasn't that after the Flame Dawn attack and she went to War 2? And she got fucked
Nope,
up?
that was after the Angels nuked the place.
She looks like she went mad.
Oh, she did. She was fucking pissed.
Not what I
Yeah,
meant,
you don't kill my fur babies and get away with it.
Not what I meant, but... Yeah.
Hang on, I have to find,
Scout Matilda, to the rescue.
Yeah, Goobus.
Born.
Yeah, see, like, her body's all mechanical and shit. Also, that card is broken as hell if you use it with splitter bots.
Yep.
Although it does look like she is the healed Alita, seeing as the one up here, the Immortal Sufferer, well, far more sorrowful, and half her face is being replaced at the time. While this one looks like they basically just stopped at her elbow and head.
Yep, pretty much. Anyway, where was I?
Lita, Lita.
Oh shit, we're the only ones alive.
Being a, I don't want to call myself a writer, seeing as I rarely is, but
Who dat? Okay.
was his and then just immediately left.
Okay, here's the other Alita.
The Immortal Sorcerer. Interesting.
Yeah, and that's all of them. Actually, no, there is one more, but she's factionless, so we're not entirely sure where she sits in the canon.
Yeah. Oh.
As I was saying, but later the Immortal Traveler. Nice.
Yeah, we don't know where she sits in the canon yet.
Mm.
For some reason in my head, I'd like the idea of all the Elitas coming together to form a council of some sort. An immortal council.
That would be
Well,
amazing. But some of them
the
don't get
issue
along with each other.
is... Yeah, like,
Some of them are mad with power and shit. Like, the Varor,
Yeah,
the
it's just-
Varora later, didn't she
The
get...
Immortal Sorceress.
Yeah, didn't she actually get killed?
No, she didn't.
What happened to her again?
I can actually show you exactly where she is. Because she's actually shown on a card.
It's just the fact that I did enjoy the idea and it came up.
Because
So.
the Varora later was a dumbass and started literally summoning demons. But you know, the demons did some nasty shit. She went like super mad. What did end up happening to her?
I'll show you.
Okay, well.
You'll laugh at it, actually, because of the sweet, sweet irony.
Okay. I'm waiting. I wanted to... Where is she?
Look at the orb in Visir's hand.
Hmm?
Oh.
Dude, is that her?
Yep.
Oh
Sweet,
my
sweet
God,
irony.
that is actually-
He reversed the chaining onto her.
Clever girl.
So yeah. She's now the plaything of Visir.
Huh.
This is why you don't fucking summon demons, you little shit.
You know what? I may steal some concepts from this.
If you want to know what Visir looked like beforehand,
Just basic ideas and premises, because all of this sounds awesome, and I wanted to some of it in stories and that.
this
Right again.
this is Visir beforehand.
Oh, that's good. So basically, at one point, he that thing, whatever it is, got free, and then immediately reversed the spell.
Reversed the spell and then just destroyed Varoria.
Well, if you're a demon, you gotta destroy at least something.
Yeah, but he like detonated a whole fucking civilization.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Let me think. Who else is interesting in Infinity Wars? Agent Coil.
He is one of the original rift runners, so people who travel between the rifts completing bounties.
Yep, and I've got his whole story basically memorized.
Props to you for that, by the way. Boom. This gun was more accurate. Where'd they go?
Oh, there are so many drawing templates. I wish I could draw better.
Um,
Where are they?
Sorry, I'm scrolling through Pinterest as we talk.
That's fine. There's a time.
okay, so as a riff runner, when Agent Coil was first introduced, he's in Talic, where the Flame Dawn and the Genesis are. It's unsure whether he started as the Flame Dawn fused one or the Genesis one. However, if you ask me, it's probably Genesis.
Target acquired.
He's known as Agent Coil Firestarter and then Agent Coil Mechborn, or vice versa, depending which one you want to believe in. What is known for certain after that, however, is after he goes through the rift to the Untamed world, he gets the Warpath one, where he's the Primal Hunter. And then he moves on to Raish, where he becomes Agent Coil the Immovable. This is where he's technically at his most powerful,
Vehicle is heading.
where he's joined the Descendants of Dragons, which are basically a monk type people.
Yeah.
Monk.
Monk.
And then this is where Rift shenanigans really occur. The arrival of Alpha 1.
Yeah.
Agent Coil Alpha 1. A version of himself from the past somehow managed to time travel through a rift and came to Raish. This is around the times when the Sleepers were coming in. So,
He wasn't aware of the sleeper's threat and he got himself infected.
yeah. Agent Coil Immovable gave up all his powers and gave them all to Alpha 1, who then went to fight the Sleepers and became Agent Coil Zomborg.
Zomborg. Ugh.
Okay, so the original Coil, we're going to call them Coil versus Alpha 1 now.
Mhm.
Coil went to the Varroa and sold his soul to them to get power back. He's, well,
Show on the road.
yeah. No, he's just hyper depressed, I want to say. At this point, Alpha 1 has gone to the Exiles, where they've demonified him.
Yeah, he
He's a
basically
demon now.
he didn't want to be, you know, a zombie, so like to stop himself from, you know, dying to the zombie plague, he got himself turned into a demon. To try and purge the virus from his body. It worked, but
So it began. So the Coil was now known as Agent Coil Soul Seller, and Alpha 1 became Agent Coil Hellbringer.
Huh.
Now then, what happened after this was the Angels came.
Hmm.
And they found the original Agent Coil, and they ascended him. So they gave him wings, and he became an angel.
So from demon to angel.
Nope, wasn't a demon. This is the one that went from.
This all is
The one
sort of
is-
cult.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we're talking about two different timelines, it's a little difficult to follow.
Yeah. And then what happened after this was Agent Coil ascended, the Angel one, fought Agent Coil Hellbringer. Because, Angel versus Demon had to happen.
Yeah. Regular trope.
They eventually did weird shit and performed an accidental ethereal fusion. Where they merged together, becoming one entity. And hence became the birth of Agent Coil Divine Demonic.
That's pretty much where the line ends, right?
Yes. Although there is two non-canon Agent Coils. Superior Symbiote and Assimilator.
Critical hit.
Now, Superior Symbiote was between when he was ridding the virus from his body.
Yeah, fair enough. That one can be thing, but Assimilator can't.
Yeah.
'Cause
Wait,
he
Assimilator...
didn't- Genesis and Sleeper. It doesn't fit. Plus it's got the face of the original Agent Coil, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That one is flat non-canon.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Jesus, I can't even high explosive this fucker.
But yeah, once Divine Demonic became an entity, everyone fought against him because he was basically a fucking abomination.
Permission to engage. Let's find another target.
You see, the more lore you tell me, the more I wish it was just a series of some sort.
I know, it's so good.
This is why you should watch Fate.
It's on my list, and I'm going to watch it pretty soon, honestly.
Let me think. What else is there? Go to lore down hither.
We need someone to go down the hill. T80, I volunteer you as tribute. Or KV1, you can be a badass and go down by yourself. I'm totally up for that.
When the angels arrived, they ascended certain people like G, Agent Coil, who else was there? Luca.
Yeah, they ascended like the champions of each race. Like the ones who actually stood up for, certain
Yeah,
values.
but not the but they didn't become champions, that's the thing. They were just the exemplars of their battle and fought against the things. Now, the champions of Solus are the kind of the leaders of Solus. And there was a bunch of ones like that were already there, like Kraos, Hatterhell, Sol. Fucking bastard that he is. But there was also a few that were few ascended mortals that became champions. The two are Iberian and Galhan.
Yeah, because they were unstoppable in each of their individual races already. Like, Iberian, literally couldn't be stopped. Like, if he decided to destroy something, he would.
Yeah, Iberian was the level of a war freak that he was the conquering force.
In all universes. That's the scary bit.
Yeah, hence his final title became Iberian, Champion of Force.
Huh.
And then Gao-Han, which I have an Infinity version of,
was essentially the opposite of Iberian. He was the true defender, so he became he was able to ward off any and all enemies.
under Gao-Han's under Gao-Han's protection, the wall of Jinghai didn't fall ever.
And that thing stayed up for centuries.
Like they're monks, right? But they're kind of like based off Chinese lore. They fought off mostly the exiles, demons, for centuries and centuries. But then the sleepers came along and became the new threat, and the wall still didn't fall.
Yep, they warded off the sleepers. So Gao-Han was made a champion and finally was known as Gao-Han, the champion of warding. It is unclear whether or not the honor that made him become a champion came from either his actions against the sleepers or his defense against the demons of torment.
I'd assume both.
Yeah.
It'd be safe to assume.
Ironically, Iberian was mostly there's Ascended Iberian and then Iberian Champion, right? Is there? Hang on.
No.
I'm pulling up Iberian.
There's only two Iberians, the original one and the Ascended one.
Okay. Because Iberian was ascended so that the Overseers could gain the, I guess, the loyalty of the Flame Dawn.
Yeah.
Because they started an impromptu war against Genesis. Because Genesis were rebelling because they had their sleeper leader, and they were curing her. And the Overseers saw them as harboring the disease.
We didn't even scratch them. I don't see the target. Permission to engage. Penetration.
Let's see, there's the other champions. Actually, a lot of the lore on most of the champions is unknown. Like, Melosia, Champion of Despair, is unknown. Ariel's unknown. Tempest, Serenia, Harahel, and Kraos are all unknown. Like, the only known ones are, the Raised Mortals and Sol and Lularia.
There's really not much that I can say about this, except that I gotta read up on the lore of this shit.
Yeah, Lularia was the champion of grace. She was, I guess, the most kind-hearted of all the Overseers, aside from maybe, bloody... What's that one card that you were trying to collect for ages, Goobus?
Oh, I can't remember it. What the hell? Dude, he shot me through a building?
Lularia was actually the one who chose to raise the first three humans, which was Kali of the Flame Dawn, Luca of Genesis, and Ji of the Descendants of Dragon. Each for they were pure. They all were pure of heart, and they each had a particular kind of aspect to them, which decided on them being raised. Luca's was their battlefield prowess, like as a commander. Ji was, I think, their overwhelming compassion for other living beings. And Kali's was because of their just flat strength as a warrior.
assume.
That was not a bad game.
Carly mostly got ascended because of her unique way of fighting against the sleepers, because she would burn them.
She would completely eradicate them, is what she did. She was one
Yeah,
of the few
she would
people who could like,
incinerate them.
truly kill them.
Yeah,
And, like-
she.
Like, and even in the game, like this is reflected when she started fighting the sleepers. They actually give her a completely new card, like a new form of her, and its special effect is it removes the sleepers from the grave, because you know sleepers' special effect is they can raise from the grave whenever they want.
Yeah, she went from Carly the Flaming Blade, which was just a really badass card, I suppose, to Carly the Purifier.
Huh.
I am a battle priest. Burn.
Yep, and then she got ascended, and she could do all that, but she could also fly.
Yeah.
Could also fly.
Yeah, because all the ascended beings were given mechanical wings. Well, given, like, made part of their physiology.
Yeah. As are most things apparently here.
Yeah, Lucas was because... why was she mainly ascended? She also fought against the sleepers, but... yeah.
Who we acquired this time?
His is here.
Kiz.
Some maggot.
I'm streaming, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. You can come
Just-
play World of
okay.
Tanks. Was that a vape?
No,
That's
no, that was
legit what it
vodka.
sounded like.
That was tea. Tea or coffee of some sort.
No, that was me growling, actually.
What?
You want to hear a growl?
No.
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 That sounds more like a purr. Are you being
That's the
rubbed?
best I can do right now.
You ain't got nothing on me. But anyway,
940.
Back
until
to the
we can
lore.
get this.
Sorry.
Lucas started out as a combat mechanic for Genesis. I think they made a lot of the more advanced machineries, while also doing on-the-spot repairs.
Admavansum Mushroomra.
Then she was ascended,
What?
and while ascended, she was a spectacular battlefield commander. Like, one of the best.
I would assume.
Then the rebellion occurred. This is after Sol had killed the leader of Genesis for harboring the sleeper Alita.
Hmm.
Um,
You guys can
The
do it
Alita-
more. I'm actually gonna go to the toilet
yeah,
because like I've been holding it in for a while. But you guys can keep the people entertained. So I'm good.
okay. So Luca underwent something called Defiance. She removed her wings from her being.
Oh, that would have hurt.
Oh yeah. After this, she became the leader of the Genesis Rebellion. And her card became Luca Rebellion Leader.
Hmm.
It's also depressingly her shittiest variant of the card.
Well, when you're running a rebellion, the image of a rebellion is not very situated.
Yeah, and the third one who got raised was G. Before she was ascended, she was known as G, who honors the dead. She was essentially a spiritual priest.
Hmm.
And during battle she would summon the spirits of the ancestors of the descendants of dragons to battle anyone who attempted to break the wall. She was the most compassionate being, well, ever. When she ascended, she could once again summon up the spirits, but she was even more effective at it, summoning legions.
Summoning legions, you say?
Yep.
Send in the legions.
Legions of basically ghosts to fight the sleepers.
Huh. Oh, to catch you up, kids, I should probably have told this earlier. They're telling me about Infinity War lore, and I wish it was some sort of series.
After this, she eventually returned back to her people, and she also underwent a form of defiance by removing her wings. She undergoing this particular type of defiance, though, not for a rebellion but for pure selflessness, gave her true wings. So she became a true human angel.
Huh.
This version of her became Ji, who honors the many, and she became sort of a leader for her people in the form of a well, I guess the term would be a main source of morale.
Oh, so, in thinking of the most basic terms, if it was a, say a D&D team, she would be the bot.
Yeah, basically. Her ability was pay 1, exhaust this card, target character takes half damage this turn, and then G returns to your hand.
Oh, alright.
Okay. Now there is another variant of G after this, from a bit later on, during the rebellion. During the latter part of the rebellion, the descendants of dragons decided to join the Genesis in rebelling against the Overseer Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Through this, there was various what we call martyrs from the various factions. The martyrs essentially gave everything of their being. They died to fulfill a certain action. So there's one from various factions. The one from the Warpath group was the Martyr of Life. He gave himself so that all of the strongest of the Warpath could live and continue the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Following that was the Martyr of Chaos, who was an Exiles one. They gave themselves so that chaos could be true along the land. So basically the entire exiled plane became, well, more demonic than it was before.
Yeah, more demonic than usual.
After this, there was the Martyr of Death, who gave himself to wipe out legions of angels. Ironically, he was a enslaved demon to the Varor, but he still did it anyway because he knew that was necessary.
Oh.
And then there's the last one, Ji, the Martyr of Peace.
Oh, I'm going to be hit with the feels, aren't I?
Probably. I mean, I'm not paying attention.
She sacrificed herself so that there could be peace. Any and all opponents who went up against her became spirits who were just essentially taken away with the wind because she wasn't there to lock them down.
Hmm.
So she gave her life for there to be true peace. This is estimated how the end of the rebellion was by her turning all of the angels into spirits.
Not as many feels as I thought I was going to get, but still.
In her card art, well, actually, I'll show you her card art. Actually, I think there's a GIF for it if I know where to look. Hang on. Give me a moment.
Take your time. There's no rush.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to really go far back here. Yeah, it's a good thing we haven't talked much in Face Laser. Ooh, did I also put it in here? No, I didn't. Okay. Much scroll, many wow. There it is. Jump to present. Control V. So just hover over that one while it plays. She sealed off the rift to I think it was Solace in the end. So no more angels could come through.
Oh my god.
And that's the art that you see for it.
That's beautiful art.
Yeah, but you'll notice something about when it starts on her face, you can see something there on her face.
Yeah, I see the tear.
Yep. But yeah,
Uh,
yeah. There aren't many other characters. There actually isn't as many characters who have lore as you think there'd be. There's from the Flame Dawn. There's Iberian and Kali, and that's about it. From Genesis, there is Luca, Justin, Orion, and Tigris. Justin is, well,
Justin.
we've gone over that. Orion was the original leader of the Genesis Industries. He was a master architect and he led them for a very long time until Sol, the champion of vengeance, killed him. Tigris is a unique engineer who basically mass-produced the robotic army for the Genesis people. From the path, there's actually not many. There's the particular leader of that world who has her own particularly interesting one.
Mhm.
Then there's also Prophet Korani and the one known as Hakim. Hakim was like the warrior leader for all the tribes of the Warpath. He eventually fell to the zombie virus. Poor bastard. Prophet Karani ended her life so that the Angels of Solace could enter their reality.
Mhm.
And that particular leader was technically the original, gave all the beasts sentience.
Mhm.
When the place got angel nuked, she swore vengeance upon them.
As anyone would, after you're raising an entire world again because you're immortal and you've got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Get destroyed.
Visir, the Demon Prince, had his own little bit of lore, which I've basically already gone over. There are the precursor angels. There were some angels who were able to get to their reality before all this shenanigans happened.
Mhm.
They were assigned to that reality and they observed it for solace. There weren't many of them though, so they couldn't really do much. There was like maybe 4 of them, I think. Yeah. Then there's Galhan for the Descendants of Dragons, as well as the various sages of that reality. And there oh god, how many were there? There was 4 sages. And the sages each impersonated something about their kind of culture.
Hello.
You're back.
I was just getting to the sages.
Oh, hell's yeah. The sages are the sages are bullshit powerful, they're immortal.
Yeah, Daod was the Sage of Strength. He embodied strength and could give unyielding defense to all of his comrades. He could turn into a basically gorilla spirit, basically called the Avatar of Daod, who hit like a small planet and was unblockable.
Alright then.
Next is Yuan Shi, who is the Sage of Ferocity. He did mass damage to his foes. And he turned into this kind of, I guess, like a dragon spirit would be a good way to describe it, or a serpent spirit.
Bish, that's a dragon.
Yeah, dragon. And, oh yeah, these were all immortal once they were in their avatar state, by the way. They would, if they died, they would come back, like, straight away.
They're immortal in the Avatar state. I thought it was the other way around.
Ah,
Okay.
And, so long as it wasn't attacked, it gained more power.
So tell me, are you the gay who can cook or the gay who can drive?
what?
What?
I'm just reading through stupid posts on the internet, and one of them is, are you the gay who can drive or the gay who can cook?
None of us are gay, though.
I was about
Anyway.
to pipe up, but then, yeah, no, technically I'm not.
Anyway, next up is Ling Bao, the Sage of Discipline. Naturally, discipline was a very key part of the Descendants of Dragons lifestyle.
This one's my favorite one.
When it goes into its avatar form, it becomes a snake spirit, and its ability would be it would not be able to do damage to an opponent. Well,
It doesn't damage them like physically, it just affects their morale. Quite literally, he freaks the enemy out by turning into a giant fucking snake
was
to the
that?
point where they just want to run away.
yeah, he's essentially eating away at their soul. And
This giant snake, we should leave.
the final sage, if you want to call it that, is Ao Shun, the Dragon of Wisdom.
Ao Shun isn't a sage. Ao Shun's the one who made the entire society. He's like the one they worship. He's their god.
Yeah, but he's also a sage. He is marked down as a sage.
Yeah, but he's a sage in the sense that he taught all other sages through history. Like all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's still a sage of sorts.
Yeah, and he was a freaking dragon.
Literally
Just-
a dragon. Straight up. There's no other way to explain that. He was a dragon. Through and through.
He is Ao Shun. He is the Dragon of Wisdom.
Question, was he a golden?
No, he's
No,
kind of like
he's-
emerald colored.
I'll send a photo on Discord.
You don't need to, it was just a reference to an old pocket watch I had.
Too bad. You're getting it anyway.
I'm pretty sure he sits on the Fountain of Youth, but this isn't confirmed.
I mean,
It'd
yeah.
be reasonable to assume.
Who sits on the Fountain of Youth?
Ao Shun!
Okay.
Praise the Shun!
Sorry, I just heard something explode in my kitchen and I had to run away.
Oh.
That's why I said, what the fuck was that?
Oh, that's why Tigris is most well known. Tigris is the one who is able to stabilize the rifts between the various worlds.
Oh.
Tigris?
Yeah.
Who's that again?
The architect.
Ah.
Anyway,
Any of us gonna stop them from capping? No, not at all.
anyway. Following this is I'm going to the Varor. Now, aside from Alita, there is two main kind of people of Varor, Rita and Candid.
Sounded interesting.
Candid was sort of the head researcher of the Varor. Look, discovered a lot of spells, and well, let's just say her end was rather ironic.
How did she die again?
The price of fame.
Right! She was stabbed in the back by a follower!
Yep, and not only on follower either.
Who stabbed her in the back again?
Rita.
That one bounced. One of our drones is damaged.
Rita, when Alita lost power,
We're stuck here.
she took over control of the Varor.
Hmm.
The engine is fixed, but it's not going to hold up its speed.
She went from being the Shadow Priestess to the Mistress of Shadow. And let's just say, yeah, she was fucking power hungry. To the point where she killed Candid. And the last thing that she said to Candid before Candid died was, the flower that blooms the brightest is cut first. Because Candid was a genius of the Valor.
Yeah, I got the poetic reference.
Yeah.
Let's find another target.
It would be more accurate to say that the flower that blooms brightest is the one that gets picked first.
We're done for.
Yeah.
Get out.
Well, I did my duty. It's up to these guys to win the game. Okay, time to leave.
I just saw the most cringeworthy thing.
What?
Are you a finger guns bisexual or an awkward thumbs up bisexual?
Hey, I saw that yesterday.
And then the follow-up was, everyone keeps saying both, and suddenly I feel regretful. I asked a bunch of bisexuals to make a choice.
Exactly.
That's. Oh. Why am I laughing?
Hey, I'm laughing.
I'm the slide across the park bench to get awkwardly close to you kind.
Okay.
You
Like-
guys know my techniques far too well.
Butler,
Okay.
you're kind of just
I exist, and thus I am apparently flirting.
it's like no, you're to the point where just like use your size to your advantage. You just let people like carry you around like a plushie, and before they know it, they're already like cuddling you like a teddy bear in bed, and then you realize, oh shit, he's in bed with me.
That actually sounds like how Butler would try and get laid. Sorry, Butler.
That's the funny thing. I don't try.
Yes, you do.
He
I
doesn't
don't.
even try to get laid, he just gets laid.
I haven't gotten laid yet, though, is the thing, because most of the people that fall in love with me are overseas.
We are young and not
We are
entirely
many.
stupid. Dude,
Am I the
did
only
you,
one here who's not?
I
here?
just
Kiz,
saw a
did you
Hercules
really just say
Gatsby
that?
Style.
Kiz, did you really just say that?
He did. Let's
Yes,
just
I
pause-
started singing a song, deal with it.
Let's just move past it.
Anyway, a interesting thing about the Exiles.
Yeah,
Is-
I bet it's Butler that came upon those rocky shores, if you know what I mean.
Hey!
Hey!
Anyway, all of the Exiles were kind of just roaming demons who did their own
Wait,
shit.
wouldn't they be Salty Shores? Not Rocky?
I get, but he said as I watched the tall ships come, but like everyone's talking compared to him.
Bruh.
I need to get going. I need to do stretches and then head off to bed.
Aw.
It's 10 p.m. You wuss.
I mean, I
But
would
you
sleep
probably
now,
have
but
work.
not.
I am not going to be an amnesia like you guys.
Do you mean Insomniac?
Insomniac, amnesia.
Amnesiac? How? What?
See, I'm sleepy. I'm going to go now. Bye.
I'm not Insomniac. Wait. Take that back.
It didn't explode.
Someone hit me,
Why?
cause I am Big Tank, and they fear my strength.
Don't worry, if you want to see something odd, I just saw Hercules doing Gangnam Style.
Critical hit.
Hercules does Gangnam Style all the time.
Hey, kid,
Bail out.
What?
Vehicle is
here's a perfect song for Insomniacs.
I don't prefer songs, I prefer games like Ratchet and Clank.
Nah, you'll relate to this song really well.
Actually, my insomnia has hit me hard over the past couple of days because I've gotten a headache from not sleeping, not eating, and not drinking. It fucking hurts.
Hey,
You should probably eat and drink.
you should probably get a good night. Actually, we'll take you out to the club, right? Get you nice and drunk. That'll get your drinking covered, right? And then you can go home and sleep it off, and I'll get your sleep covered.
The irony is that I'm like my granddad, I'm a sleepy drunk, but the more I drink, and after, like, the last party I had a few drinks, started getting sleepy, and then after we played Cards Against Humanity, I was able to stay awake for like an extra couple of hours and just like...
Weird.
I didn't get home till 5 and fell asleep at like 7. Didn't help I had to go to work in 5 hours. No, it was 6. At the moment, I'm gonna have some chicken and fried rice for dinner.
Your assistance has been requested.
Sure.
Platoon created.
I've been having too much chicken lately. I feel like. Oh well.
Electrical longboard, electrical skateboard, and commander root. Thank you for being the omnipresent bastards you are. You never
I think
leave.
they were in my stream the other night. I don't know who they are.
All three of them were in your stream too? Who
Yes.
are they and how do they know us?
Do they ever comment?
No, they never talk.
Probably bots. Aren't you? You're all androids, aren't you?
Enemy is hit. Drive on. Enemy armor is destroyed.
I'm playing IAMC and it's in Arena. It's tempting to put a hive in their base
That'd be hilarious.
just to see how long it takes them to notice.
Yeah, you put one at their base and you put one at the portal. You'd be amazed how long it takes them for them to realize there's one at the portal.
Yeah, their portal though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just sitting here spotting these two guys, because I know I'm behind cover, I'll never be able to get shot except by these two. So, I'm just being a good little spotter. Because there's not much else I can do in this game, because, you know, other than that scout that passed by and I shot, ain't really anyone else in this game I can penetrate. So, can't do damage, might as well spot.
Okay. Have fun with that.
If he gets shot one more time, I might come out and get the
You
sides
gonna
of
come
these two.
out?
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. He
Is he not
turned.
accepting of you?
He turned. Luckily, I popped back behind cover before he could shoot me.
What, did he suddenly become straight?
Actually, yes. Yes, he did. Well, more specifically, his armor is slam. That was a legendary shot by this VK. And actually, this PZ is, you know, juicy. How? God, I hate lag. Okay, 2 shots, point blank. I shoot, and then he shoots. Why does his bullet hit me first?
Logic of the game, mate.
I hate lag so much. That and he one-shot me, so, you know. Like, I was on full health. That was bullshit. That's the simple truth. So, ooh, send me a hand and I'll give you someone to hold on. What's that? I can't tell what that is. Primal
It's a
Launcher.
vagina, Anubis.
I'm very confused. Primal? Did you... I'm very confused. I was thinking about going that way, and then I noticed there's only 3 people going over here, so... Whether I want to go over here or not, I don't have a choice. Well, we're gonna collapse on this flank, and we'll see what happens when a flank collapses. My buttons can stop doing weird shit. Like sometimes they don't register my presses, sometimes they press too long. Sometimes my bullets, even though I fired, doesn't register that I fired. Like just lag. I wish I could play on the Australian server. Really? Why this song? Why now? Carnival.
I mean, you can play on the Australian server. It's not that hard.
Oh, you can't, because the queue times are 10 minutes. You know, for something like Smite, that'd be good, but you're usually only in games like this for 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes, I'd say 5. So waiting twice as long as it takes for you to play a game is a little intense. Who else shot at me? M7 Priest!
You right there, Jace?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm literally gonna reverse my way all the way back. Because of shit like this. Really? It just did it there again too. I fired and it didn't register that I clicked. I wouldn't be mad if it even missed him, but it didn't even go off. Ugh. And like, there's nothing I can do. It's not my internet. Like, we have a near perfect connection. It's just because I'm connecting to a server that's so far away. Like, I have inherently bad ping on this server. Once again, we'll try playing on Australia. See how long it takes for me to get a game. Baseline kicking, yes, I'm grooving. Oh look, I got into a game! Hey! Why do I still have 121 ping? Oh my
so
god!
maybe it's your internet that's the issue.
No, dude! I'm shooting the ground, and it's registering when I'm clicking, and the bullets... Okay, that time it didn't. But it's hitting the ground instantly, so it's tracking the shot. Well, that one was a little delay on it. But yeah, this is nice. Oh my god, this is a fast little tank when it's on flat ground. I really did get the upgraded engine already. Hello, AC4 Experimental. How are you today? I could shoot into your engine deck and no one would know. Except everyone. That's a Luke's. Nice. I'll keep aimed on that corner over there. Why am I still looking down? Like, I zoom in, zoom out, I'm looking down. This is crazy. Damn, I didn't get to shoot at him. Who am I nudging? Who's nudging me? Like, I can't go around this way, I'm stuck.
What occurred with Primal?
He posted a few pictures that just, like, they weren't offensive or anything, they just didn't make any sense.
Okay.
Like, it was this weird grenade shot and then a picture of one of his friends in, like, a restaurant or something.
This isn't Facebook.
I beg to differ. This is my Facebook.
What? Line?
Yep.
Ah. Sneezing hurts because a headache. Send home.
This is, like, really not good.
VVA.
I honestly didn't think a heavy tank would be ballsy to go enough to go up there. I have 8 health, so whatever I can do, I can't do very much of. Oh look! It's a VK, the same guy that was shooting at me. That is a lot of people. You sure you want to go around that corner? You sure you want to go around that corner? I don't think he wants to go around that corner. Please no. Please no. I have my eye on you. I can see you. Don't. My friends will shoot you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Eh. There's no one on that back corner over there. Oh, they've all moved up and around. God, that sucks. That one time when you need campers on your team. Well, how much did I get for this one?
Council of Gays assemble. Good afternoon and thank you for all being here. During these proceedings, we will determine how to properly deal with men who wear shorts in temperature lower than 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. Ride by on roller skates and spray paint their exposed legs. A stunning move Hue, Malve Hue, or whatever it is.
I don't even. Well, it's just this engine that I need to. Unless I'm going to get out of there too. Unless I'm not going to get out of there. I am legend. Did over 1,000 in 1,100 in spotting damage.
Mm-hmm.
This Matilda, where is he? I actually want to watch this. Oh, nice, nice. Back off, back off. No, the T-34. No, the T-34. Dude, don't poke your head out. Smart. Well, can't save more. What's going on up on the hill? They've forced them back into that part of the map. I was the decisive factor on that flank. I did shit. I'm gonna get so much experience. Boom. Come on. Boom. For the love of Christ. Oh, you're an embarrassment. AMX, come on, get him. You're not a loader, you should have one more bullet. He doesn't have one more bullet. KV1? KV1's doing some mad parkour. He won't be able to get an angle on him. Don't, no. Oh, he just barely survived. IKV is on some... This M5 is running circles around everyone. Boom. Oh, that was funny. T-34, where are you? That's where I died. What's AMX doing? Oh, he must have been reloading. Let's go to the IKV's perspective. Excellent game, gentlemen. Excellent game. Who is that? I don't remember ever adding that person. 1,400 experience, as I thought. Ooh. 500 assistance on him, 300 on him, 270 on him. Whew. Allows us to research this thing. Which should bump my... Here's some more powerful engine. Okay. I spent my ashes over summertime. Dancing on the moonlight. Dancing on the moonlight. This looks fun. Not.
What's happening?
Ah, I got given an SPG on a map where I can't shoot anything.
Well, that sucks.
Okay. That bush, or maybe that bush right there. One of those bushes.
Time to roll out.
Oh, I see this. Oh, fireworks! Yay! This probably happens a lot on the Australian server. Games that don't have full population.
So what happens then?
You get into a game that doesn't have full population. Like, how many people are on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 people on each team instead of, 15. Means there are 6 less people in the game. It's actually a big deal. There's no one going south. You've got to be kidding me. Gotta reposition myself so I'll be able to shoot more of south. Or even just hit the people up north. Look at those bushes right there. Any spots? Any at all? He needs support. He needs a lot of support. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I freaking called it.
That was close.
Why am I being knocked? Awesome. Yeah, that sounds about right. Please, come around the corner. Come on. Every time! Yeah, I give up. Ooh. Yes? Yes, please. What a shame. We lost contact with him. Come on, man. Your role will not save you. You'll be forced to back off. Because of that T-127. Come on. Hells yeah! Okay. Oh, Mr. Mate, where are you? God, that like follows the arch perfectly. Stop moving. Giant rock is in way. Game's slower, but I felt like I did more. Maybe playing on the Australian server is actually a good thing if I'm going to get into more games like this. What a shame. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. That's tier 3's done. It's pretty much tier 4's done. What gun is this gun again? I can do this. Oh, that's hella cheap too. Oh, it's a tier 3 engine. You're kidding. What is this thing's top speed? Oh Lord. $30 horsepower for 1,680 worth of upgrades. What? Whatever. Oh, I'm out of large repair kits. That's no good.
Yo.
Hi.
You sound bored and confused at the exact same time.
I'm in a game now, so I'm less bored, but you know, I'm always confused.
Let's go.
Can't wait for my phone on Monday. Gonna be so good.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I've learned a little more about the design of this tank.
I really want my dinner to be cooked so I can eat and go to bed. My neck is so stiff, my head is so sore.
Jesus, who's getting hammered up there? Come on, dude.
Penetration. Ready to fire. Target unlocked. We're done for.
Oh my Christ!
What?
I got one shot.
Rip.
What by?
A Swedish tank destroyer. I didn't know they could one shot.
It sounds like you've been rickety wrecked.
Oh yes, I was riggedy wrecked. Let's take a closer look at that snout. IKV 103. Ha! Oh my lord! Oh! I'm legitimately scared.
Why?
120, 300. This thing has a tier 5 gun that does 300 damage with 120 pen. So it can go through pretty much any tier 5 or below tank and do 300 plus damage.
So in other words, it's a giant fuck you cannon.
What kind of... High explosive anti-tank. So in other words, this thing, it's penetrating bullets. It's not entirely high explosive.
All I had was
my
how fucked you
lord.
are.
I want one of these things. Holy shit. Hold on, let's look at the one below it. Does the one below it have this fucking gun? A version of it? Oh my lord. How? How does it go from the shitty little machine gun tank to a tier 3 that does 100 base damage with 88 pen. He's literally, like, the best tank destroyers tier for tier. All you do is grind to them and you already get given a good gun. Whose idea was this? Neutral Swiss my arse.
I thought they were only neutral in World War One. Isn't World of Tanks World War Two?
Yep. What the fuck? I want one. I want one. Oh, put your hands up. Do not need my T7 crew. Or my Churchill 1 crew.
Sometimes it appears that we're reaching a period when our senses and our minds will no longer respond to moderate stimulation.
STRV FM21. Ah! Okay. What? I already have a Swedish tank? Why? Real talk, why though? And this is the same gun used on its other one, isn't it?
Moderate stimulation.
Oh, no, just this one. I am legit so confused. Okay, well, I guess I'm playing Swedish tanks now. Yeah, it's your tank. I'm not wasting shit on it. Yeah, hey. Yeah, hey. Like a roaring ocean. Yeah, hey. Yeah, hey.
Quite the spy. What's the rat? Damn it.
Excuse me a moment. My cat is clawing my door. Hello, kitty. What do you want? Look. Look over here. Cat bed. Look. Don't go sniffing around my room again. My Christ. Hey, look.
Boopity
Cat
boop
bed.
boop boop boop.
You want to sleep in the cat bed, right? See? The bed made for cats. Come on.
That went well.
In you go. You are still sniffing shit. Oh my god. She is. I can't even sit back in my chair. She's crawled under my desk.
This is your cat.
This is my cat. No, it's my mother we're talking about.
I really wouldn't be surprised.
No, what you're supposed to say is it couldn't possibly be. We'd be able to hear her.
True that.
Oh my god, my mother tried to make this. Okay, this is a stir fry dish we have every now and again called chicken cashew stir fry, okay? It's a really, really nice dish and it's absolutely delicious. She didn't have any of the ingredients for it. She had the chicken and the sauce. That's it. So instead of shallots, she put celery and spinach in. That doesn't sound too bad on its own, okay?
No thanks. Give me the spring onions.
Then she put onion in it, and not like, which, you know, you don't put onion in. This recipe didn't call for onion. It didn't need onion. Okay? But then it's chicken and cashew stir fry. She didn't have cashews either, so she put almonds in.
Of course.
So, literally, once we were finished, my brother and I were forced to help her, because, you know, it's that day of the week. We sat there, and we're kind of like, congratulations, mother, we've made the chicken cashew stir fry with spinach and almonds. And we literally broke down right there and then, and laughed in her face for a solid 5 minutes. What? Maximum time in Q battle is expired. Select another vehicle or try again. Screw you, I'm playing this tank. Yeah, we literally broke down in her face and laughed at her because it was. She had literally gone to the store like an hour earlier, and she should have seen this shit coming. Ugh. Which is even. Keep in mind, right, because our family loves to eat like cashews, like roasted cashews that she uses for the cooking. My mother monopolizes them, right? She goes and hides them God knows where, so no one can possibly get to them, right? We use shallots for one other dish, right? There's usually a abundant supply of them in the fridge. My mother knew that we ran out of them because she made said dish the other day. And she didn't see this shit coming. And don't get me wrong, it's not that it's not that we're poor, it's not that she couldn't go buy them, that we have to make do with what we get. No. She just didn't buy them. Right? She knew she wanted to make chicken cashew for dinner for 2 days. 2 days! She had this. She went to the store an hour beforehand and didn't get the necessary ingredients. This is why I'm mad, people. And then she gets mad at me and my brother for calling her out for it. Okay, my cat's tucking herself into her bed. Good, good. I think I might
This is
have
why I don't bother making anything anymore.
Oh, another instance that comes to mind with food was last weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Did I get last Saturday on stream?
Don't know.
I don't know. But, you know, Saturday's the day where everyone in the family's supposed to help cook, but, you know, my father's lazy shit and I stream.
Your brother is your brother.
I stream and my brother's uncooperative, so usually it comes to my mother to cook things on that days, which is fine, because she cooks one other day a week, so, yeah.
I'm
Right,
surprised your family just doesn't have takeout every night, in all honesty.
oh, it's inefficient and unhealthy, because my mother is not a fan of takeout food, and my father's, you know, got problems, and because I can't move around anymore, I'm having dietary issues too, but... So, you know, junk food to a minimum. Which is fair enough. Okay, now keep this in mind. Friday is get your own night. So you cook whatever you want, everyone just worries about themselves that night. Okay. Last Saturday rolled around, and I can't remember, was it last Saturday or the Saturday before? It was one of them. It was either last Saturday or the Saturday before. And it comes around to dinner time. It was 6:30, right? And my mother walks in and says, "No, let's get your own night. I can't be bothered cooking." And I just turn around slowly at her, because I just say, you know, if you need me to cook, like, if you need my help, I'll come help cook. It must have been the Saturday before. It must have been, because I wasn't streaming. Because, you know, I was sitting here talking to you guys about something. I said, like, if you need me to come help cook, I'll come help you cook. That's fine. But, like, it's, you know, a day to cook. Like, we don't have anything. We ate all the leftovers. It's like, no, I'm not cooking. And she just walks away. On a Saturday, where she's spent the whole day doing nothing. It's not like she's tired. So, you know, I eat baked beans out of a tin that day. Basically, I eat baked beans out of a tin whenever, you know, there isn't a good meal around. So that was bad, but then because there's no leftovers, so it was basically another get your own night. So I got my own I can't remember what I made. I ate something, right? But, you know, it was only enough for one meal. Sunday comes around, okay? Sunday's my day to cook. Okay, I'm gonna have to swap servers for this. Sunday's my day to cook, okay? So, Sunday comes around. Usually what happens is my dad gets his own food these days, so he cooks for himself. Because he's on some weird-ass bamboo diet. Bamboo and mushroom diet. It's hella weird. And then, you know... my mother...
I highly doubt your dad is black, white, and Asian.
Getting there. Hey, this family is, but that's beside the point. Yeah, so... Sunday comes around, my day to cook. Dad worries about himself, right? There are 4 people in the family. My father, my mother, my brother, and me. Okay? Father gets his own, so it's just the 3 of us. And usually on Sunday, right, my mother cooks extra for herself on Saturday because she knows that she doesn't like whatever I cook for myself and Avindra. Because, you know, we have very different tastes from mother. Because she grew up in a very different environment. Okay? Which is fine. Okay? I worry about me and Avindra, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But then she walks in as I'm cooking dinner, not as I'm cooking, like as I've just finished, and she's just like, oh, where's... And she's just like looking around, we've got all the food in front of us, she's like, where's mine? And Avina and I kind of just collectively turn and stare at her like, where's your what? Dinner, where's my dinner? Avina and I look at each other. So when
Cover
it's...
your ears.
Okay. What was that?
Amazing.
So... on the day when everyone's meant to come together and cook, she just says, fuck it.
Oh, pardon me.
She just says, fuck it. But on the day where I'm meant to cook, for me and my brother, she wants me to do extra on top of that. the level of understanding that my mother has over my brother and myself is nil. She cares about herself and my father. That's it. She should not have had kids.
I mean, if your genes are anything to go by.
That's another matter. Can't really blame her for that one. Like, for one instance, my bed, okay? My bed is situated... I have a very small room. It's a prison cell. It's seriously 5 meters by 5 meters. I have my chair, my bed, and that's it. Like, Jason will vouch for me. He's been in my room several times.
Yep.
It's my chair, my bed, and a bookshelf. That's it. That's the entire width of the room. Okay, my bed is trapped in 2 different corners of the room. So, to get around it and put sheets on it, right, you have to lean over it. Isn't so much a problem for getting the bottom of the bed, but to get to the top of the bed, you have to lean over the right side of the bed. This doesn't sound so bad until you consider I have a very serious problem with my right knee. Okay, and the only way to lean over to get it is to lean on your right knee. You can't sit on your ass and lean over backwards. You will literally twist yourself in half. You have to lean and get on your knees to do it. Okay?
We didn't penetrate their armor. Let's find another target. Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged. Gotcha.
And, you know, that's why I purposely say to my mother, don't wash my sheets for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, so I don't have to lean over and put myself in a difficult position, because it hurts to change my bed sheets. It hurts because I have to lean on my bad knee. Like, a considerable amount. So, you know, then she, like, bothers me. It's been 1 week, right, and she asked me to change the sheets. I say, no. Let them stay there for 2 or 3 more weeks. It's fine. It's not like I go out and about. All I do is stay at home all day. It's not like the sheets are going to get that much dirtier. Okay? But then, say I'll go to the toilet, or I'll go out and do something in the kitchen. She'll come into my room and rip the sheets off my bed, but then she won't put the sheet... So that's just bad enough that she does it, like, she comes in here and just takes them, right? But then she'll just throw the new sheets, like, just there, and she'll say, put sheets on your bed. As if that's not the part that causes me the most difficulty. That is what gets on my nerves. That is what gets on my nerves. She puts me in a position where I have to put myself in a decent amount of physical pain. Right? You'd think I'm a teenager just complaining about changing sheets on my bed. No! No, it legitimately hurts! I have tendon damage in my knee.
So much for Mother Knows Best.
I can't recall a single time where that phrase could be used to apply to her. Thanks to the glory of the internet. Like, there are bad parents, and then there's this. I know people have it more difficult. I'm not gonna deny that. There are some people out there who have some really shit situations, but doesn't make this any better. First world problems? Yes. Yes it is. But it is problems all the same. There is my rant.
Are you still streaming?
Oh yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh, and in the middle of all this, right, my father has serious health problems, right? I'm not gonna deny that. He has serious health problems. But he...
In today's society, of course we have serious health problems.
But I mean, like, he's been having problems since the mid-80s. Okay, he's not a healthy individual. And it's not even his fault. His situation was actually a result of misdiagnosis by doctors back in the 80s. He got pancreatitis twice in two different he had two different bouts of pancreatitis, and by the time it was correctly diagnosed, it had done so much damage to his pancreas that he could no longer produce insulin, and he became a diabetic.
Ugh.
And then, you know, diabetes flows on to an infinite number of other smaller problems that have just compiled on him as a result of that over the years. And side effects of medicines that weren't properly tested back in the late 80s, early 90s and such. Just... you almost feel sorry for him, because it's not his fault that he's in such a bad way, but... What is his fault, however, is his lack of care. You know, he's still perfectly able to do some stuff, right? But he doesn't do it, and he hasn't done it since... When I was 10 years old, he had probably the worst low he's ever had. He had he got pneumonia for the first time, and like he was in and out of hospital, but after he recovered from that, he never picked up again. He just stopped doing everything. I mean, literally anything. He started doing contract work, so he didn't have to go into work every day, which is fair enough, because, you know, he's not in a good way. His body's not... He can't sustain going to work back and forth every day. He can't do the 9-to-5 grind. But then, because he's home so often, he didn't do anything with Avina and I at all. This is the point in his life where he started watching films and TV all day, and to this day he's still like that. The only interactions he's had with my brother and I, basically in the last 8-9 years, is
Time to roll out.
yelling at us about not doing enough sports or our grades.
The irony.
Yeah, you know, I know he wants well for us in terms of, you know, the grades, and he doesn't want... Because we have the recessive gene for diabetes now because of his weakened pancreas. So, it sucks, but okay, I can see what he's getting at with sports, but...
I just had to think for a moment, but yeah, never mind.
But yeah, that's the only thing he talks to us about. Ever. Like, literally ever. There's no other way to put it. Hell, this is just an example. You know, my father has worked in the IT industry for, you know, as long as he's had his problems, right? Because, you know, he could sit down at a desk and it was easy for him. But, you know, he stopped going to office and that. He has a lot of old IT equipment just sitting in containers all around his room. Okay.
That's an understatement.
I've gone through his collection of shit, you know, plenty of times. I know where he keeps everything, okay? Sometimes I'd nick some stuff from his collection, yeah. But I knew he only had a limited supply of surge boards, and when I realized I needed one, right, I asked him, hey, can you get me a surge board from your collection? Because he spends all of his waking hours in that room. Keep in mind, he stays awake for 2 days at a time, and then sleeps for 3 days at a time. I shit you not. Yeah, in all, it took him a week to get back to me on that surge board, when I know for a fact all of his surge boards are kept in the container that is closest to the left side of his desk. He literally just has to reach down, open the lid, and pull out one. And it took him a week to open a container. Like, literally, I could have just come into his room, right, I could have walked in there and said, hey, I need a surge board. He said, sure, I'll get back to you. Yeah. There's no... there's no excuse for that. It's like you know those, you see those like comedic comic strips of, you know, people sitting on the couch and they've got like the remote on the table in front of them, and they're all leaned back in the couch and they call someone over to fetch them the remote that's like a foot away. All I have to do is sit up and grab it. It was exactly like that. And that's just one example. He's been doing this for nearly a decade. So, that's that. And that is my parents, and that is why... Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been causing issues for me and my brother for a long, long time. So, that has been our lives. Literal first world problems. Nothing more, nothing less. I want to go do damage before I die. Ah, kill seal. Ouchies! T2 light. Really? Wounded gunner? From one machine gun bullet. Like, not like one clip, one bullet, Jason. Killed my gunner. Shitty little tank.
I get that same issue in the Marder 38T a lot as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably the paper thin armor, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wait, what was...
Death.
T2? Where are you?
Wanna know what death tastes like?
I forgot that this turret doesn't turn... It doesn't turn. It does 45 degrees in each direction. So I came around a corner thinking, haha, I'll fuck him up, and then realized my gun was still basically pointing straight ahead.
Lol.
Yeah, that was fun. But you know, my fault. So yes, that is the issues of having to live in this situation. And make it... And again, recalling back to my knee problem, because of my knee, I can't stand up for extended periods of time. So, you know, I can't go get a job like most people who just graduated high school can do, like McDonald's or KFC or whatever. Like, I can't do that because, you know, or our equivalent of Walmart, which is Coles and Woolworths. I can't go to them because all you do is stand up for 6 to 8 hours. I just can't do it. So, you know, put out ads on Seek and put your profile up on... Oh, what's it called? What's the one where you put your job boots, like Job Tinder? Fucking... whatever it's called. Put your profile up on that and... you know, all you can do is wait. So I signed myself back up into school, I was too late to do uni, and like I didn't want to go to uni anyway, but I signed myself up into school, so that way, 1, I can get qualifications, 2, because I'll still be a student, I can get government payouts. But now the government refuses to, like, keeps stuffing up, and, you know, they're just putting me at more of a disadvantage that I can't get paid. Like, they keep asking for proof of things that they already have. And then...
Centrelink doesn't help.
Yeah, Centrelink,
like...
Centrelink is our, Centrelink is our, what you call it? Civil aid agency? They're the ones who hand out money to all the people who have, like, disability problems and all that. And youth allowance, in my case, for, so I can at least, you know, get food or maybe save up for something, because I have no income. So... yeah, and they've been just stuffing around for months and months on end and won't get me approved. Even though I fit all the criteria. and just won't get me approved, so I can't just get paid. So I'm sitting here, poor as all shit, unable to do anything except do school and play games all day. And that is why I stream.
Laughs in disability pension.
Yeah, screw you. You don't have disability.
I will
Why
soon.
am I the one paying for you guys to sit at home and do nothing all day?
Screw you and your taxes.
Well, you see, Goobus, I was
Fine then, I
literally
won't
told,
pay tax, and then you won't get paid.
I don't think that's how that works.
I was literally told by a work agency, you are not remotely near healthy enough to work. And probably won't be for the next half a decade at the minimum.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit.
One can have.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
But yeah, so I can't do anything. I'm stuck. Like, I want to be able to work, but I can't. So, I'm stuck at home with people I can't stand all day. So, that's what I do. I stream and talk to you guys, and I record these and put them up on YouTube, where this rant will forever be memorialized.
Not like you said it about 20 times this year, but anyway.
Oh, this is the first time I've done it on stream.
My point, though.
More than 20 times this year.
I say
Well,
it-
it's only been 20 when I'm around.
Like, these guys know. They've caught on. Like, they know that I am sick of this shit. What's that knocking noise? Is my
That reminds me, did your mother ever say
Hello?
anything about me coming over?
Yeah, she said you were shady as shit and she didn't trust you.
Of course.
I'll be back.
He says that about everyone.
Give me a moment. Oh, cat, you dunce. I thought someone was knocking at my door or something for complaining about me being so loud, because, you know, it's the time of the night where everyone's gone to bed. But no, it's my cat. I put her cat bed back against my dresser, and she's, like, shuffled around and knocked the dresser. And it sounded
I could have
like...
sworn someone bloody screamed at your door, it sounded.
Oh no, that was my chair just now.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed, because I need to rest my neck before I cannot move it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Seriously, just hold, it hurts constantly. The headache's gone down, but my neck is beating so
Yeah,
stiff.
just
Makes me wonder. Imagine me getting a massage. They probably couldn't do it because my neck and back are so fucking tough after years of abuse. And not physical abuse, just the abuse I put on it.
you can always try.
Oh well, bye-bye.
See ya.
And then there was the leader and the third in command.
Yeah. And then there were two.
Oh yeah, here's a really interesting point for you.
What?
So, when I hung out with my sister yesterday,
Hmm.
before having her leave the house, I had to check her weight.
Okay.
They're 100 grams away from being legally able to be thrown into a hospital and having a tube shoved in them.
Your sister?
Yep.
Your sister's healthy though. It's not
Oh
like
no,
she's not
actually
malnourished. She's just underweight, which is fine.
she's more underweight than I am.
Yeah, which is fine because she's not malnourished like you are.
I don't think you understand. She
not having muscle mass is fine as long as you have the nourishment to live.
She doesn't really have that either.
Hey, if you put the two of you next to each other, she does not look unwell. At all.
Yeah, but I'm also like half a foot taller than her.
I know. The height has nothing to do with it. In fact, point in case, her hair. She wouldn't be able to grow her hair that long if she was having that serious malnourishment issues. So she's definitely getting what she needs. Because, you know, hair and, what is it? Hair, nails, and something else are like the first things to stop growing.
Time to roll out.
Goobus. When my mother was down to 30 kilos, she still had hair that was down to her hips.
No, I'm not saying that it'll fall out. I'm saying that it'll stop growing.
My mum continuously had hair growth. Even when she was 30 kilograms, it was a literal walking skeleton with a lung infection.
But was she malnourished?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think about a 50-year-old woman being 30 kilograms?
That she's got serious health issues.
Yes. Now she's 90 kilos. With a new set of lungs.
Yes. Seemed like an interesting lady when I met her.
A hilarious thing is, when she got her lungs taken out,
Mm-hmm.
she asked the doctor if she could keep one of them.
Okay. Like,
Because she simply just wanted to.
that's fine. I asked the same thing, actually. But did they let her?
No.
Aw, why?
You know, in those smoking ads where they take out a lung and it's just tar?
Yeah.
That was my mother, basically.
But still, it shouldn't be too bad. I wonder why they didn't let her keep it.
I don't know, I think she made some form of a rude joke which made it also be decided.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Well, it'll be interesting when my dad starts deteriorating in a few years. Because lung infections suck and all, but he's gonna get that asbestosis.
No! Jason,
Yeah.
I flipped tank. The only person who could come save me ran halfway across the map.
Well, get comfy, my friend.
This is an interesting sideways building! He is still ignoring me.
Buddy,
He's dead. Oh, and now Cruz is about to come around the corner.
rest in peace.
Hey, Cruiser, and he's pointing his gun a bit. He's getting pumped full of machine gun fire. He's returning fire. He went around the corner again.
Friendly cruiser or enemy one?
Enemy Cruiser.
Interesting. But, yeah.
Cruiser's being...
That you do not want to die of asbestosis.
asbestos. It's not even a real thing. It's just what we're calling asbestos poisoning.
Yeah, because it hasn't even become prevalent enough yet. It won't be for another 5-10 years.
He's still not pointing at me. Oh my god, this
Yeah.
Cruz is an idiot.
Shoot the cruiser.
I can't. Like, I'm on the hill, right, and I'm kind of like at an angle, so I can't shoot down the road, even if I wanted to. They'd have to just come up in front of me.
Yeah, asbestos poisoning is not a pleasant thing. By the way, so you know how I've been to Kids' house, right?
Yeah.
Kill their driver. We're covering
Well,
but not very well.
I whenever I leave Kids' house and I'm like about 100 meters away to go around the church that he lives behind.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed immediately about the church, there's a sign on one of the doors leading to one of the storage rooms out the back.
Yeah.
Warning, asbestos.
Well then.
I'm here like, you'd think you'd have that dealt with by now.
Yeah, it's only been, what, 6 years since the Great Asbestos Removal? Is what we're gonna call it. You know, since everything... What year was it? It would have been... Was it 2013 or 2014 when everyone got riled up about asbestos and started getting removed all over Australia?
It actually has come in waves over the recent years. The first one started in the 90s, I think it was like 94 or something. But the last big hubbub about it was in 2013.
Like, I remember when they were replacing the floor at the public school that Jason and I went to. Were you there when they were redoing the floor?
Yeah. I remember when we couldn't actually go into that like entire section of building for like
Yeah,
what
because,
was it, 2-3
when
months?
Because when they were tearing up the old linoleum, right, they found that there was asbestos lining underneath. Luckily, none of it fragmented or anything. It was a pretty simple cleanup job. They were able to keep the school open while they were doing renovations, which is pretty nice. Because it was all flatboard, none of it had, like, fragmented and aerosolized. They were just able to, like, vacuum up all the little bits and then, you know, get the big boards and just pile them up and tow them out. So yeah, it was nice. It only took like 2 or 3 days for them to get rid of it all, and we were in school the whole time. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call the stream here. I'm just not feeling it anymore. Anyways, probably not gonna stream tomorrow because tomorrow is, you know, the day that I cook, as I explained earlier in my rant. So yeah,
And that's like an all-day event.
I will see you guys on Monday. Keep those nips frosty. See you next time.